Welcome to Absolute Polynoma, the series about Polati and Polati Knights, and today we're talking about the latest addition to Polati Knights, Pramantix The Prerita. Look, I know it's Prelati with an R, but it's literally one letter away from being a reference to Francesca Prelati, who is just the best thing to ever come out of Fate, and that's a huge hurdle to jump over, because seeing this franchise has given us like the best rendition of Moriarty in fiction, Olga Maria, multiple Novus, Waver Velvet, or was it Velvet Waver? One of those two. Who cares? Lord Elmore II, Peace Peak, okay? And obviously the best rendition of Musashi, and Sei Shonagon. And let's be real for a second, you should have seen this coming. I mean, come on, I am a massive Pilati fan. Of course I would pick the character who might as well be AK Pilati. I mean, look at it like this, okay? She's a caster, like Pilati. She has white hair, like Pilati. She has a fellow caster following her around, just like Pilati. She makes it snow just like Pilati, and she's cute just like Pilati. Yes, there's other things to like about Paramedics, like how she's like another very fun take on the niche Phoenix caster cast. She has cool gimmicks for a standard unit that feel overly busted, but honestly, I don't care because it's still fun. She fits comfortably into the Jerag niche, unlike a certain someone who only exists for the sake of power creep. But honestly, who cares about all of that? We care to talk about the rival of my god and idol, Pilati in AK. So let's get our Pilati on. Okay, let's just maybe put aside the Pilatiism so we can talk a little more serious for a second. Although this is coming from a guy who unironically liked the whole IS module, so I don't know if we can get serious here. Alright, here's the thing. I like Phoenix casters because they keep finding interesting ways to evolve this subclass. Like they're just effectively arts liberators, made to tank damage while they charge up a skill that does big damage. But unlike liberators, who I think are interesting with Lezzie Alter, because well, she just didn't go do a big swish. Phoenix casters have been interesting from the start, and very unlike my usual me, I only like the 6-star editions. I mean, I like Beeswax Obelisk. He's like cool, yeah, but I would Loki like it on another unit maybe. And Mint is just a fucking joke. Like, I like Quirky, but I can achieve the same result with Moo Moo Melee SV, and that at least gives me DP on top of that. But the 6 stars in the Phoenix Castle lineup, well, I unironically love Carnelian, even though she highlights the problems with the now unused overcharge mechanic. Lynn is a great entry-level Phoenix caster who's effectively the Groot's minor, and now we have Pilati, who's just more like our Leslie Alter. Main value comes from the passive talent and skills play around with that passive talent. If Leslie's skills focus on her lightning strikes and takeoff status, Pilati is all about snow and the cold status. Let's explore how Pilati brings snow to this snow-filled battlefield. Pilati, and no, I'm not going to call her by her code name, it's Pilati now, has two talents, one that's core to her identity, and the other for making my early deploys fucking miserable. Start with the selling point talent, Unending Snow, which is just wow. Basically, Pilati will place snow within an attack range every 5.5 seconds, which will inflict 75% of her attack as arts damage to any ground units who pass through these snow tiles. Each stack of snow inflicts like a 12% slow, which stacks up to 5 times, and that's just ridiculous. I mean, come on, we're already doing like a decent chunk of damage passively through the snow. And while it makes sense for snow to slow someone down, like it becoming a 60% slow is ridiculous. She's effectively an ambusher at this point. And the worst part is that each of her skills will interact with the snow mechanic in some way because fuck you, the snow must spread. Everyone must witness a great snowpunk future with our Snow Queen at the core. I mean, I think the ways they chose to interact with Snow through her skills is incredibly fun, and it reminds me how they kind of do 6-star artificers designed. So there's that, but still good talent that gets more stupid with module. But let's put that to the side for now because that's a tangent that we're going to have later. Let's focus on the deploy ruining talent. Blessing of Carland. Uh, Basically, if you attack her, she will afflict you slow, and if she takes lethal damage, she will recover all her HP, and then she will then freeze herself for 4 seconds, and then freeze all enemies for 8 seconds. I think this is a cool survival talent because her kit is innately about defense. Like, she's all about stalling the enemy through slows, freezing, and, as you will see later on, pushing, blocking off objectives, or becoming Miss Christine. Having effectively a freeze nuke if they try to kill her off is on top of a full heal is just the cherry on the top of the fuck you. No, the part I hate is the part where it inflicts cold because with her main skill, it always inflicts cold. I have been in way too many situations where the enemy just freezes themselves attacking her and not learning their lesson, will continue to attack her and repeat the cycle again, continuing the cycle of slow, painful, long deployments. It's gone to the point where I'm actually drafting Typhon just to deal with them. I mean, it's a good talent, but holy shit, it's annoying at times. Okay, now for that module talent tangent, because her module is a mod free, and I mean like a mandatory mod free. It's just that stupidly good. Like, it's Eblana good, and I'm starting to hate these sort of module designs now. It's not like a big deal, sure, but it's still kind of fucked for Prelati. It modifies her snow talent, and at mod 3, the snow falls rate is reduced to 5 seconds, is 100% of her attack, because fuck me, I guess, and she gets to apply this 100% attack snow for free immediately on deployment for instant value. It's just free value, and it reminds me that not all mod fees are designed equal. I don't even know how her second module can compete with such good value, especially considering how good this is with her S2, which spreads snow basically everywhere, further defeating the purpose of ambushes. I mean, maybe it just gives freeze a payoff like Angie's IS module, that would be neat, but this is an instant mod free for like this one we currently have right now, her release module. Just way too much value in a small package, and I hate it because it reminds me that not all 6 stars modules are made equally, holds up fast with modules with tears in her eyes. Her first skill is Snow Bell Chimes, which does my favorite thing in the world, continues to prove why Weedy is a mistake. Basically, it's a charge skill that does fat ass damage, inflicts cold, and pushes all enemies in range in the direction Pramantix is deployed in, and spreads snow in that direction. I don't want to waste my time on this skill though, because after Iron Eater, I don't think anything that involves the words push or pull is worth my time. I don't care if it does huge damage at skill level 7 with a 480% modifier, nor do I care if it does a 520% at M3. It's pushing, it has a push force of 1, and Weedy has made anything related to push a complete waste of time. Fuck you, Weedy. Moving on. Peak's Clyde and Fast is actually Peak and her main skill. In fact, I would say it's the only skill worth using on her, but her SV puts in some good work as well. Basically, it's an AFK skill that lets you spread your snow once a tile reaches 5 stacks. The snow applies a constant dot to enemies in the snow and inflicts them with cold. And if that isn't enough, you can also now use snow to block off objective points. Basically, for the cost of a long wind-up, Prelati becomes a walking snowstorm that freezes all to death, and those who still somehow can walk into her attack range get slapped by big Phalanx damage because her attacks does like a fat 350% down to skill level 7 and 308% at M3. This is the skill you want to use all the time, because all you need to do is put her down and she will effectively just provide so much value for very little effort. And hopefully you now know why her mod fee is essential. That 0.5 seconds you shave off comes in clutch on this skill, and the instant snow it deploys, if it goes untouched, helps her vamp her snow spreadage once the skill goes off. Unfortunately, masteries don't increase the dot effect of the snow, since it doesn't up her attack, it only increases the damage of the attack. I know that's a lot of words. Basically, masteries doesn't buff snow, okay? But the masteries are still essential in the skill for reducing the wind-up, as an M3 shaves off a fat 7 seconds off the SP cost. But let's be honest, it doesn't need to do more damage when it's providing so much value. If given time, this has insane coverage and adds so much to the snow mechanic, basically turning snow into a walking poison swamp with movement slow, attack speed reduction through cold, the ability to freeze through her talent or other cold operators, and a block-free sun rule that sits on objective space to block anyone who somehow survives this frozen onslaught is so stupidly broken. I have to love it out of principle. Like Peaks clad in frost is just peak of this kit and deserves an instant entry, especially if you're using Frostly for some reason. This makes it worthwhile, I guess. Towards the mountains, Bow is her S3, and this skill is good because she looked at Mr. Kinophile and decided to crib notes from him because he's Mr. Cinema. Basically, she gets expanded range and immediately lures all enemies in that range to the closest ground tile to her while gaining an attack buff, the ability to ignore some res, increase attack speed, and increase damage output. And also because why not, we also increase the speed that Snow falls as well. This is a good skill, and while its lure might not be on the level of Tragedy as deployable, I think the extra benefits we get on the side makes it a worthwhile alternative. I kind of don't want to go into stats because I feel like the fact that it gives her so much already, any improvements you would gain from masteries is just overkill. Honestly though, the lure gimmick is cool for a Phalanx caster considering the main role will be drawing aggro, so a lure is a natural evolution of that role. Also, it's just a better mint vortex because it doesn't rely on weight, and for Pramantix specifically, this lure can make enemies run through her snow, which helps her do even more damage. I still think her S2 is better, but honestly, Pilates is an M6 candidate, and this skill is one you should probably end up doing after S2, even if you already have a Tragedia built up. There's definitely a lot more nuance I'm missing out here, especially with the snow mechanic that I didn't cover, like how does the S2 spreading work, how important placement is, and so forth. But this isn't a video for you meta fans. It's for me to talk about Pilates and for you regular Joe fun havers. So let's address you guys. Is Paramedics fun? Yes, she is. And oh, if you get sad as joy from imagining the pain you're inflicting on the AI with snow, just like Pilates. Look, bonus points if you also use Kino Man to buff the dot on S2. Should you roll for her though? Definitely, and not for the reason you probably think. Like, you see, this banner is quite stacked, and while the layers flavor of Stupid Vanguard Power Creep is very nice, I guess, and Paramedics is also very nice, there's also a very good 5-star on this banner that I think people enjoy, that being Snow Hunter, and she is low-key fucking amazing. um, I would love to do a video on her during this event, but seeing that I was supposed to be making a Dolphy video, and 2 more other Pfizer videos before Nasty's arrival, let's just say I endorse a Snow Hunter investment and she will get a video later down the line. As for Astogene Ultra, don't ask me again about any investments in a chain cast or anything chain related ever fucking again.